I'm going to talk to you about the hidden key to long-term fat loss that the diet industry does not want you to bloody know about. Now, that might sound cynical, but after working in this industry for over 6 years and helping hundreds of women, I've seen a pattern. There's key information that women need to know, and it's consistently being missed from the conversation. And the reason it's being missed from the conversation is because when women don't know this, they stay stuck. And when they stay stuck, the diet industry benefits financially from your pain. So no gatekeeping, and I want you to imagine that I'm holding your hand while I'm telling you this. Lasting change starts with self-respect, because when we have real, true respect for ourselves, we operate from a completely different place. And I'm going to help you start to build that internal relationship of respect. You need to strengthen these 3 core relationships: your relationship with food, your relationship with your body, and most importantly, the relationship that you have with yourself. If you have ever thought that you know there is more to life than this, that constant dissatisfaction, constant mental noise around food and your body, then you are exactly who I am speaking to. So let's start with food. So many women I speak to feel like they're wearing a mask around their eating habits. On the outside, you look like you've got it all together, but behind closed doors, it is bloody chaos. You wake up every morning promising yourself that today is going to be different. You're going to be good. Maybe you eat a salad in front of your work colleagues or your family, but by 9 p.m, you're on the sofa eating 6 biscuits that you promised yourself you definitely wouldn't. And every single time this happens, you go to bed thinking, what is wrong with me? Why can't I just eat normally like everyone else? But the reality is there isn't anything wrong with you, and you're not broken, nor do you need more willpower. The reason that you feel out of control around food isn't because you haven't found the perfect diet. It's because the years of dieting that you have done have taught you to fear food. Food now feels like a constant battle. The more rules you try and follow, the more you swing between exhausting extremes. The more you try and restrict, the more you end up rebelling. The real solution is not willpower, it's trust. When you learn to trust yourself around food, you no longer need rules. Food actually stops being the enemy. Okay, now let's talk about your body. When was the last time that you looked in the mirror and didn't say something mean to yourself? Most women I work with tell me that they would never speak to a person the way that they speak to themselves, and yet they do it every single bloody day. And the reality is that none of us can hate our body into long-term change. For so many women, fat loss comes from a place of punishment and self-loathing. They think that they can bully themselves into the change that they want to see, and then they'll be happy. But that isn't the way it works, and you know this because that is what you've been doing for years. The key to results that actually last is self-respect, treating your body with care, fueling it properly, moving it in ways that actually feel good because you want to, not because you feel like you have to. There's a big difference there. When you start respecting your body, you stop fighting it and you start working with it. And that changes everything. And here's the truth that most women never hear. The most important relationship you will ever have is the one with yourself. And this is where so many women get stuck. They think that discipline is the answer, that if they could just push harder, they'd finally get results. But if force actually worked, you'd already have succeeded by now. Lasting change doesn't come from punishment, it comes from self-respect. When you respect yourself, you stop saying things like, I'll start when life calms down, I'll start Monday, I'll start after summer, because you realise that you bloody matter now, so you stop putting your life on hold. Here's something that I really want you to sit with. Every time you start a diet that was never designed to work for you and then you can't follow through, you literally erode your own self-trust. You start believing that you can't trust yourself, you can't make good decisions, so you outsource your power to meal plans, rules, and other people's approval. But when you rebuild that self-trust, you literally become unstoppable. You stop chasing external validation and you stop needing permission, and you start leading yourself. The Nourish Woman Project is about helping you build the kind of self-respect that changes everything. Because when you respect yourself, the way you eat, the way you move, the way you think, it stops coming from a place of punishment and it starts coming from a deep level of care for yourself. We do this in 3 key areas. Your body. Instead of fighting against it, you learn to work with it, understanding its signals, responding to its needs, all without being obsessed. your relationship with food. No more rules that make you feel like a failure. You'll learn how to actually enjoy food without guilt and without swinging between extremes and not giving food so much power over you. And then thirdly, your relationship with yourself, because real freedom doesn't come from a number on the scales. It comes from rebuilding trust in yourself. When you trust yourself, you stop outsourcing your power to diets. You stop waiting for the perfect time and you start leading yourself like the woman that you know you are meant to be. The Nourish Woman Project is not another quick fix or a meal plan. It's literally a roadmap back to yourself, back to self-trust, back to food freedom, and back to a life that feels good right now, not someday in the future.